Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let me go back home real quick and pull up the screens we need to pull up. Wait for some people to get in here. Whether it's in Twitch or it's in YouTube, thank you guys for joining today. We're almost at 600 followers on, Twitch. So if you guys want to go ahead and follow over there, feel free to do so. It does help out quite a bit. Let's see how many people are showing up. Amazing Mellow, thank you for showing up. You're first. You definitely are first in the comments, so I appreciate it. But we'll wait for some more people to get in here. Good morning, Matt. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? I mean, it's a fine morning we're having so far. I mean, it just started literally like a minute ago. Which validator you pick? Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. I did post something on Twitter last night. It was like at 12 o'clock last night. What validator I picked. I was going through all of them, and obviously, there's like a ton of people that are kind of going back and forth. I'm going to show you what I picked in my Terra Station wallet. Um, there's a lot of people going back and forth asking, what should they do? Should they stake with the top validator? Should they stake with a lower validator? What can you really get out of an entire situation? For me, it's kind of a no-brainer, not with the exact person that or exact validator that I staked with, but it could have been a bunch of different validators there. But either way, you got to like spread the love, to tell you the truth. Good morning, Matt. Oh, or afternoon from here in Prague. Well, thank you for watching, and it is a good morning and a good afternoon to you. Hopefully, your day's going well. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Lunatic. Uh, Ryan, good morning. AMC to 100K. Morning, Matt. What's your price prediction for end of year or end of this year for Lunic? So, I think with the burn tax, it depends what the crypto market does, but I do think that the burn tax will provide a lot of volume, and the volume is what will show us where the price potential is. So I easily, as long as we do see the burns that are going through, we see the amount of volume that's going through. I think seeing it, to a percentage of a penny or around the penny to 2 penny range is a good place to start. Now, end of the year could be something where we see a massive run in crypto, and I hope we do. But right now, we're seeing crypto pullback, we're seeing the stock market pullback, we're just seeing everything pull back to lower and lower figures to where it is showing that bullish territory. And I talked about this in a previous, overall market review video. It's looking more like, let me go ahead and play this ad here. It's looking more like we are seeing a bearish scenario because we did break that higher high and higher low pattern. And now we're creating these lower highs and lower lows. So it's definitely something that's kind of troublesome. I mean, you think about it, and it's still in the form to where it's at a level to where it could be consolidation. It broke consolidation on the way up, but that's crypto for you. Crypto never really holds these support and resistance levels well. You can think that it's going one way, and easily it completely turns. So it all depends what the crypto market is doing, but without the crypto market doing anything like crazy, I do expect a percentage of a penny, so somewhere around 10% or 20% of a penny, if not around that penny or 2 penny range. Now, I think those are easy numbers to get to, because if we burn this down to 1 trillion, that's a $10 billion market cap to get to one penny, right? So we know it's easy to do that. Let's see. Good morning, Matt. Even though it's Australia, it's 9 p.m. So good night. I always watch you till the end. Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot. What's your thoughts on Terra? I think Terra's great. I'm obviously a decent sized investor in Terra, and I want to continue to grow. I did buy more, was it this weekend, that I bought more on crypto.com in order to send it over to the Terra Station wallet. This is the easiest way to do it. If you wanted to send it to crypto.com, it was a very, very cheap fee. It was not expensive at all. I finally was able to stake and staked with all nodes. So I ended up staking, as we're going to go into in a couple of minutes. I ended up staking with a lower validator, not like crazy low, but a lower validator, because I feel like I don't want to see any validators hold over 20%. I would love to see all validators hold less than like 15%. I want, a lot of people to have, say in what's going to happen. I understand that some of these validators create a vote within their staked group, I guess. And that's a good thing as well, because instead of it being completely like centralized, it's still decentralized because they have a vote within that validator. It's not just the validator selecting whatever they want to select. It's, a vote within it. So, but we can get into exactly who I staked with in a little bit. We have 108 people here, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let me go ahead and put that in the as a poll. All right, definitely hit the like button. On my way to work, great to see you. Yeah, it's great to see you too. Thank you, Crypto Dream. I did see that you were on DJ Trev's channel, I believe, talking about a Luffy token. That's pretty cool to have that collaboration. I have 7 million Luna Classic. That's good. That's really good. Shout out to DJ Trev for helping me. Yeah, I mean, I does he have a video on breaking it down, or he just helped you, maybe like a video chat or something, or just telling you? I mean, it's not super difficult, but it is, difficult to choose somebody, choose a validator. Is it safe to buy Lunic on Gemini? I'm not sure. I don't use Gemini, so I'm not 100% sure. Do you think the hype could die down after the first month of the 1.2% burn, like enough to drastically change the outlook of Luna? Do I think it could die down? So this is something that some people think about. Is like, hey, once the hype is over and you see them burning, is the hype going to die down? Nobody's going to care about it. Now, I don't understand why it would die down. I never understood that take, because as you see more and more that's burning, people get more and more hype. People see the vision on where it could be, and they continue to invest in the position, which continues to burn the position. And then whatever happens with their position, let's say somebody invests $1 million, they're going to move things, right? They know that bigger investors know that things are going to move a massive amount, so all they need is to move a smaller amount. And when it does, they end up, trimming off the top, which may affect the overall price, may affect where it's going. It might not move that far at all, because you might see millions of dollars go in and millions of dollars come out, or millions of dollars go in and tens of millions of dollars go out, right? And that's understandable. But the point is that we're burning to increase the potential. So, good morning, Matt. Did you even get any rest this weekend? I did. Which it seems like I uploaded a lot. I record my videos usually in the morning, and it takes me about an hour to record my videos, and then maybe another 30 minutes to upload the videos. And yeah, I would record somewhere around 7 to get done at like 8 or 9. And we ended up going to Hershey Park for a full day on Saturday, which was kind of a mistake, because school starts today. And since school starts, there was everybody was there. It was so many people. I mean, luckily we had the kids, so we weren't going on any big rides. Everybody else was going on the big rides, and we were going on the like kid rides and stuff for the kids, which congratulations to, or Hayden deserves some sort of a congratulations or pat on the back for the fact that she actually went on some rides this weekend. And I was I was very happy to see that. Because we're trying to get her prepared for Disney next year, and we can't have her go to Disney if she's not going to get on any rides at all. She's going to be sad. So if she likes rides, she'll get there. Anyways, why is Lunic up but Lunatis down? So they don't run together. Let me go ahead and show you guys my screen. So they don't run together. Let me go back here. They are like separate pieces, right? Luna Classic and Lunatis will hopefully eventually run together, right? Lunatic's token is up by 2.76%, right? We saw this decrease this weekend down to 0.00005, which is definitely a buying opportunity. But we're seeing the volume that's going through it. We're seeing it at a $7.2 million market cap. That's great. We obviously want to see that grow a lot more. I don't know if they officially hit 6,000, almost at 6,000 holders. So they're definitely doing a little bit of work. 11.5 billion that has been burned off of the overall supply. And yeah, I think I can't wait until we see like more volume that flows through here when they have more and more exchanges. But the crypto market is not really receiving a lot of volume by itself, so that's something that's interesting. But then you look at Terra Luna Classic, and Terra Luna Classic is also up 2.5%. So we're seeing $142 million in volume, which is down 34%, 855,000. They don't generally move together, right? I mean, right now it looks like they are moving together because they're both up like 2%, and everything else in the market is really down. So, like I said, they shouldn't move together because they are not like a part of that same ecosystem. Eventually, I think Terra Luna Lunatic's token is looking to be a part of that network and be intertwined with it. But right now, it's not really the case. All right, so let me skip some stuff here. Sorry about over explaining things. Matt, you see a penny before the end of the year on Lunic? Yeah, somewhere around there. Either a percentage of a penny or a penny. If we can get a lot further than that, then you beat expectation. But I expect somewhere around 0.002. So like 0.002 to 0.005, or at the high end, maybe 1 to 2 cents. Now, if it's way further than that, I'm so happy with that, obviously, because it's way further than expectations. And the reason why I would say I would be happy with that for 1 year is because if it does get to around that 1 penny mark, that's where I'm just starting to take a little bit of profit. Right, it's gonna be worth $352,000. My total amount, $352,000. So what I'm gonna do is take $2 million, and that's only $16,000. Sets me up to hold it over a penny, hold it over 5 cents. When it does get to 5 cents, I take another $2 million. That's $100,000. So when it does get to some of these levels, I know I can pocket a decent amount off of this. Everything else above that, obviously, is tricky to get to, but I think we will find a way to get to that. Whether it's all the way to 20 cents or it's to $1, but don't expect me to hold everything all the way until that point. I'm not going to be greedy. I'll accept $11 million. You know what I mean? As a whole, I'll accept $14 million all the way up to $1. And then everything else, which is the 8 million that I have staked, I basically can accept a lot more here. So another $230,000. So if that does happen above $1. So obviously I'm hoping that does, but either way, if it's below $1, I'll still end up pocketing somewhere around 14 million. So I'm not upset with that. Now let's get into what I have staked. We have 190 people here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Do I think Lunatis is at the lowest price at the moment? No, I mean, the lowest price was 0.00005. So right now it's at, 0.00007, which is a little bit higher than that point. So let's go ahead and look at my Terra Station wallet. So obviously, if we look at the validators here, there's a ton that you can choose between. I just sorted it by voting power. to see what's going on there. Obviously, you have Orion Money, and you have all nodes both at about 20%, and then Lunic DAO is around, or Lunk DAO, however you want to call it, is at 15. You have Interstellar that's at 11. So there's multiple validators that have a lot of pull, right? And I think you need to kind of split or at least share the load there. I think I was looking at this one. I was looking at Smart Stake. I was looking at Thor. I ended up staking with Smart Stake, and the reason why, I mean, they have 2.5. 2.5%. I feel like they should be more. I feel like we should have a lot that's around the 5% range, and none that's over 10%. If we can find a way, I would love to see that. No single position that's over 10% of voting power. I mean, we're already at 19% for Orion Money, and I understand how some of these places would or how they would look, but I ended up staking with Smart Stake, and I currently staked 8 million last night, and you're gonna see the rewards. But I currently staked 8 million last night, so and my total amount that I have is gonna be 44 million because I do have the amount over here in MetaMask. So I have 35.4, and I expect to sell all of this by a dollar, or sorry, by $5. So once it does get over a dollar, I'll have a million that's over a dollar. So if it gets to a level of $2 or $3, and I feel like selling, I will sell it. And then I'll have 8 million that's left that will be staked. So, and I don't know how much I'll keep in there to stake. Maybe it's a million in the end, but either way, I have 8 million above a dollar. That's my plan. And I broke that down in a previous video. I broke it down. Matt, you hold a decent amount of Lunatis. You get paid a certain amount of Lunic percentage wise. Isn't it better just to hold or build your position in Lunatis? Wait, if you hold a decent amount of Lunatis, you get paid a certain amount of Lunic percentage wise. Isn't it better just to hold and build your position with Lunatis? So yeah, it definitely is. It's not better, I would say. It's definitely a good thing to do to build your position with Lunatis, because again, Lunatis is paying you out Lunic. I've been paid out a total, since I've had Lunatis, I've been paid out 2.4 million Lunic. And that's huge. I gave away 2 million Lunic. I'm currently holding 35 million, 35.4. So that 0.4 is the extra amount that I had over. So I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with how much I do hold in Luna, or in Lunic here. Because of Lunatis, that's how much I was able to get from there. Now, for me, I know as you go through holding Lunatis, it's probably better to understand the situation, because you hold a lot while things are burning for Lunatis. You're gonna hold majority of the position in the end, and nobody wants to do that. Maybe some people do, but I think as the overall supply burns down, people that are holding hundreds of millions or tens of millions need to kind of dilute their own position, whether they burn it or they sell it, but they need to dilute their own position in order to add to that burn and make sure that everything is evenly distributed. Can you explain the difference between the prices in LBank and Dex Tools? Lunatis will they ever be the same? No. So it's just like going through, let's say, Luna Classic, right? Without even going through Lunatis. If you go through Terra Luna Classic, you're going to see different price points across different exchanges. They will always have different price points depending on what exchanges you're investing in. It just happens. That's how the market works. That's how you get where the average price will be, depending on all the different positions that you invest in. So you'll see a price on KuCoin right here, and that may be to BTC. But if you go by USDT, you will see a difference in the prices, like this FTX and whatever that is. You're looking at 15 over 13. So yeah. Hey, man, I hope you're good. Who's the best to stake with? Who's the best to stake with? I would say there's a lot of different places that you can actually stake with. I would definitely say that you need to see more validators that are in the above 1%. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that are above 1%. You need way more than that. You don't want to have validators that control everything, even though they really side with a lot of the things that we've been doing so far. You never know what someone's agenda is. You never know what a validator's agenda would be. It could be that they are looking to create a vote either way, and that's always a great situation. However, I think you need to split it between all the different validators, and it sucks seeing you know all of these control a very large percentage. The top 5 control pretty much the whole entire thing. So you need to find a way to get more into some of these lower end validators. So I ended up staking with Smart Stake. I would love to see them, around that, maybe 3%. At max, we should see 10%, but majority should stay around that, like, I guess 1, 2, or 1, 3 to 5%, I would say. When do you think Lunatis supply will half? What is it? What is it now? Right now it's at about 88 billion for Lunati. And I think maybe they'll do their own burn. Maybe they'll do that with their marketing money at one point. Maybe they'll say, hey, we have this many thousands of dollars worth of the marketing money. We're doing a burn of our own coin right now. That would be amazing because if they can burn, let's say they just jump and burn 1 billion, that's 1% of the supply. And they could do that. That could be something that creates a lot of hype as they have more, exchanges that are getting on board and more hype that's around it. I think it could be pretty big for Lunati. Um, Thanks for the honest answer. No problem. The best part of profits will be burned. Wait, part of their profits will be burned. Yeah, so if they end up burning their own coins, part of their profits will be burned. That's what I plan on doing for, I don't know if anybody else needs to do it. If you sell your position, that's also another way to burn off coins and include yourself in the burn and dilute your position while you're doing it, because you're diluting it, but you're also, you're also taking some profit there. So it depends what you're gonna do, right? I'm okay with anybody getting getting this position to where it needs to be. Nobody controls 10%. Nobody controls 5%. Nobody controls 20%. But I'll tell you what, Lunatic's token always looks like a buy to me, especially for the fact that you're getting rewards in the position that we all know and love. Terra Luna Classic. Influencers all over the map on how high this will go and when. I think you've been the most transparent on why. I just want to say I appreciate your content. Well, thank you for saying that. Thank you. I try to be as transparent as possible and as realistic as possible. I understand how I put out the video yesterday where it says, as soon as I put up the thumbnail, I was just like, I know this is going to get those comments where it's like, this is getting ridiculous. It is, right? But to understand where I'm coming from, you have to watch the whole video. And some people that don't watch the whole video, they're just like, they come in here and they're like, this is ridiculous. They don't even watch it. But then there's other people that are like, I understand where you're coming from. Where this top area, this is where your expectation is. This is where your reality is. I mean, this is where your expectation is. And this is just gravy. This is all gray area. $235 million is gray area. While you have all of this other area up here, which is $14 million. So you can see, and literally it's gray area as I put it on the spreadsheet. I thought that was funny to say. But yeah, you start to see where the reality is and where expectation is versus what could be extra on top of it. And yes, $235 million is extra, and really it's only turning 5,000 into 14 million, which is still a pretty insane amount. But you also have that gray area that you can still look at as a plus. I love your videos. I also have 111 million Lunic. That is amazing. That's great. I don't know when you plan on taking profit, if you have a profit taking spreadsheet, but if you guys want this spreadsheet, I have it in my Patreon. The link is in the description. We've had a number of people sign up for Patreon recently. We're definitely looking at that and giving out some different tips that we have. I'm going to probably put out some buys today, some buy alerts today, because I do plan on making a move today. And go through some different positions that we have in the markets, because things are down in the entire market. Anyways, let me quickly get into why I said I was right. In the thumbnail it says I'm right. In the title it says I was right about staking. What was I right about staking? So if you didn't know, before staking came about, people were like, hey, what if we stake 50% of the supply? What if we get to that point? I mean, it's a possibility that we could stake a crazy amount of the supply, but as I look through different scenarios, as I look through different positions there, people were asking me, hey, what do you think the percentage is going to be? Is it going to be 50%? Is it going to be 40%? Is it going to be 30%? And, people were kind of shocked at my answer, saying that it was only going to be 5 to 10% of the total supply that we would see staked. That's usually where it runs for normal positions, is around that 5% to 10% mark. And I was like, high end would be 10%. And then medium range would be somewhere around that 5% mark. And then we may see it hover in between that 1 to 5% versus, the higher end where we're looking at 10%. And what are we looking at now? After a few days of staking, we're looking at 4.29%. So right around that 5% mark. And that's where I say that I'm right. I'm not right all the time. So I do like pointing it out when I am. But it was something that I did a little bit of research on, and I felt it was a correct number, a correct percentage to hover around 5 to 10%. That's usually where we stand, because most people would only stake a certain percentage of their coins and not all of it. They're not going to sit here and stake everything that they hold. They're going to stake a decent amount so that they can be a part of what's going on, be a part of the rewards, be a part of the vote, but then also have some out in the open just in case they need to sell some. So we are currently at 4.29% staking ratio, which is really, really good. Let me go to subscribers only, and then we'll go to members only later. But I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a break throughout this, so I'm gonna keep it live, but I have to take a little bit of a break throughout this because I have to put Harper on the bus. Today's her first day of kindergarten, so that's exciting, very, very exciting. Let's do one. We'll do any duration. If we end up seeing problems, we'll go to 1 minute. Lunatis, nope. Lunic, yep. Anybody can have their opinion. I mean, you can get into Lunatis, you can get into Lunacy. It's fine. I'm not going to tell you have to buy into this position. I think it has benefits by itself, and it's giving you a lot out of this, right? We understand that I think we're looking at a higher price in Lunic than Lunacy. But then if we see the volume, we obviously get paid out in Lunacy. So we are seeing it down now 2.62%. I just want to see the holders get over 6,000. We're 30 addresses over, or 30 addresses away from the 6,000 holders. So I'm interested in that. But as you can see, I put out a tweet earlier today, or 6 hours ago, talking about how I staked with Smart Stake, and I don't believe that we should see the top 2 validators or 1 to 2 validators really control everything. I want to go into articles. Do you see utility use case growing for Terra Classic blockchain. Love the content. Yeah, I do. As I think we can find a way to get this back to a repeg state. I think that's really the to get UST back to repeg and get the algorithm back, back in there, back enabled. And when we do that, hopefully we can create some security behind it so that what happened before can't happen again. But then afterwards, you can create utility. And I don't know what that utility will be in the end. Maybe you can go with how their vision was supposed to turn out, but it obviously didn't look good. So yes, I do think we could see that. How much can you gain if you hold 13 million if it reaches 1 cent? If it reaches 1 cent and you end up selling 13 million, you're going to see $130,000, which is life-changing money for a lot of people. It definitely is. But there's so much more that you can gain going down as you see or going up in price, but going down the line when it comes to this spreadsheet. But if you split it out, if you take your 13 million coins here and then split it out between different areas, I understand how you may look at it at a price right now, but then you see this run down to higher and higher prices, right? 10 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents, 33 cents, all of those different levels. You can gain a lot more on the way up, but it just depends how you sell the position, how you make, sell at certain prices. That's what I was trying to say. I think I did say that already. You can tell that I'm tired. 13K, 130K. You need to connect the wallet inside Terra Station website. Yes. If Lunic is 1 cent, I will make money too, just by holding Lunatic's token. Yeah, 100%. 100%. When Binance starts staking Lunic now I have their 3.3 million Lunic, but only 2%. I don't know what you're saying there. I'm a little confused. I had that problem too. I forgot how to fix it exactly, and you need to log into your Terra Station wallet. Okay. What are your thoughts on the burn tax? Burn tax will sell at 1 cent, but with the burn rate, we probably won't see a drop because the tokens burn on each transaction. So it depends. I think we will still see a drop as we see the burn tax implemented. Understand that even if we do see a drop, it's not a cause for concern, right? That means that people are probably selling at certain levels because they believe it's going to pull back. We're going to see retracements. You are going to see retracements no matter what. It shows 4%, not 3.98% staked. The staking ratio, we're looking at 4.29%. But anyways, I think when you look at the burn tax that does get implemented, right, for Terra, Luna, Classic, I think what you're going to see is retracements. It's definitely a thing. We normally see it in a position. If we don't see it, then it's going to be a harder pullback as we don't see retracements. So if it gets up to a penny and it doesn't pull back, or it gets up to 9.009 cents or 90% of a penny and it doesn't pull back, then you start to wonder how strong the pullback is going to be. If it grows too fast, the pullback ends up being pretty strong. But either way, it's not a cause for concern, right? I look at these as opportunities. You buy the position at the lowest point, you sell it as whatever you see a larger increase, whatever your different selling points are. And then if it does retrace, it retraces, right? And the point is that you're taking profit at a certain point so that no matter what, if it does completely retrace and falls off the face of the earth, you can make money out of it. You know what I mean? So while I'm looking at this at a level of, 80% of a penny, right? I'm pocketing $16,000, which is not crazy, but overall, I've pocketed over $20,000 from a $40 investment. So I'll take that any day. And if people even take $5,000 and turn it into $16,000, they'll be happy with that as well. Obviously, you want so much more out of it. But if you do turn it into that, you'll be so happy. And the crazy thing is, you could turn it into more than that. Let's say if you wanted to just pocket the $352,000. I mean, you can just sell that whole entire thing and then you're good, right? You gained another $340,000. That's insane. Or you can just sell a certain portion. Like I said, $16,000. I'm okay with keeping that. And then things fall down. It goes off the face of the earth. If it does, I still gain $16,000. How did you stake your Luna Classic? So you went through Terra Station. So I went through here. You have to send it to your wallet. The best way I think you send it to your wallet, I know you can do it on Binance. Binance.us, I'm not sure of, but I know you can do it on Binance. But I did it on crypto.com. So I basically bought more coins on crypto.com, sent it over. It was cheap to do everything. The fee was insanely low. It was like two Lunic or something. And then you could just send it directly over there. But the thing is you have to link your Terra Station wallet to crypto.com, and it takes 24 hours to fully link it. You have to wait 24 hours. There's a waiting period to send your crypto over. So if you do decide to do it, or you think you're deciding to do it, I would link your wallet today, and then you can make that decision tomorrow. Lunic suffers from too much hype. Making thousands of millionaires overnight is not in the cards. So I don't think that's the case, right? I don't think nothing can suffer from too much hype. Cryptocurrency is all about hype. And the crazy thing is, when you do see a lot of these things happen, it's not about whether they will make millionaires. It's whether they will make money. Because there are people that will see $100,000 in their account. They may say, I'm holding to $1 million, but you see $100,000 in your account, you're like, dang, this could do so much for me right now. You end up taking $50,000 out. People that never saw, millions of dollars, never saw like tens of thousands of dollars in their account at one time, will take that money. And it's okay. I'm not saying that it's bad to do that. It's okay. That's a normal thing to have happen. And when they do that, that adds to the burn, that decreases the supply, that decreases the amount that people are holding. Other people see a decrease, they buy it up. They see another increase, they sell that position. So it's over and over and over again that you're seeing selling and buying and selling and buying. And that's what creates the tax and creates, obviously the decrease in the overall supply, which is what we want. So it doesn't suffer from too much hype. I think hype is always a good thing. And as you have hype going through anything that has any type of burn tax, this is what can, push this along. So I would have to disagree. I don't think it has too much hype. I don't think anything has too much hype, unless it's like a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing. Buy the rumor and sell the news is something that, you can see a lot of things suffer from. And it's not just a normal pullback when you see a sell the news type of event. It pulls back hard. But in these scenarios, I mean, we see nothing but hype, and it's not that you could suffer from too much hype, in my opinion. I mean, it's just my opinion. Who am I? I have 4 million Lunic, but I'm afraid to stake because if it suddenly runs, I want to be able to take some profit. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from. If I were you, I would probably stake around 1 million and keep 3 million, because you're probably looking to take profit at certain levels. But then in the end, you can have 1 million that's left. Let's say if you wanted to make all of your moves up to $1. So say you have 4 million here. I'm not going to adjust this. If you want to adjust this and go through your own situation, you can. Link is in the description for Patreon, where you'll find the spreadsheet. And you can break down everything you want. If you put your coins here, you can figure out what you want to end up selling. So let's say you wanted to sell 200,000 or 200,000 here, but then you get all the way to a point where it's $1 and you have 1 million that's left after the fact. That's really what you want to do with the staking. How much in the return for monthly staking? So I don't know yet. I know I have right now 3,000 Lunic coins that I gained, which in the end could be $3,000. I'm comfortable with that. I'm doing it for more of the voting on anything and making sure all the validators are split. It's kind of even. I would hope that more people start to, go to different validators, whether it's lower validators or some that are in the mid-range validators, things that are validators that are either below or above 1%. But I don't think anybody should be staking with Orion Money and all nodes right now. I'm not saying that they're horrible. I'm not saying that they're bad, that they have bad intentions. I think everything is great with them. I just don't think anybody should control that much. That's just like you saying, hey, I have a crypto position right now and I have 15% or 20% of the overall supply. Nobody's going to invest with that position. You have 20% of the supply. That's easily a pullback, right? That's easily a rug pull there if you have 20% of a certain supply. But if one validator or one person has that level, it's never really a good thing. There are times where it could be a good thing, where it's like a business where you hold 50% of a business. I understand that it's your business, right? You run that business, you take all the profit and you put the profit somewhere else, or you own 100% of the business. But that's a different story. It's a business. But with an investment or with a cryptocurrency, it's a whole different story. We won't see 1 cent for years. I don't see that. I don't see it taking years to get to 1 cent. I mean, if we see the volume like we're supposed to see, when we see a bull run, when this thing hopefully does get implemented and we see a bull run by the end of the year, I hope that we see a bull run in the crypto market. It doesn't really look solid right now. Volume is going to look up. I mean, way up. And I think that, in my opinion, I think that this is a life-changing opportunity, and some people will look at it differently, but I invest a low amount to hopefully gain a higher amount, a way higher amount. And you can see that, on the screen of what my prediction actually is. And I understand how people can look at this and go, that's ridiculous. I understand that. It is a little ridiculous. But when I look at things like this, people will still say that 1.2 million out of a $5,000 investment is ridiculous. Technically, it's even more ridiculous because it's $40 to $1.2 million. That's how much I hold there. And before people say, hey, you just spent another $1,000 on Lunic here. No, I didn't. I took some of my profit that I gained and put that on Lunic. So I've gained $6,000 in profit. And I took $1,000 from that profit. That was realized profit. It was out of the position. So I took some of that profit and threw it back into Terra Luna Classic at some of these low levels. And now I have another 8 million coins. And I'm also gaining more coins from Lunic, from Lunatics. I'm gaining Terra Luna Classic from that. So how do I get rewards from Lunatis? I have over 500,000, but have not seen any Lunic rewards in my wallet. Thanks. So it should be going there. If you have 500,000, it depends on the volume. The people that have more will receive more rewards because there's not as much volume. So you should receive something, but it's not going to be a crazy amount with only like 500,000, Lunatis, or close to it. If you have a million, then it's still, it's still a good amount and you still can get rewards. It's just not as much as someone with 30 million or 100 million or something will get. But it should go directly to your wallet. So if you have, Lunatis on MetaMask or Trust Wallet, it should go directly to your wallet. You just have to find the right Lunic that you're searching under. It's not under the Ethereum network that you're receiving it. It's under the BNB network. You're getting the BNB side of things. So like Wormhole, you should have to find that and, copy the address, put it over in MetaMask or Trust Wallet or something. That's my first drink that I had today. I mean, it is early. It's 7:36 here. Let me go back here. Guys, thank you for subscribing. And we have 530 people here with 300 likes. I appreciate you guys. for being here. It does mean a lot. I had to sell my Lunic on MetaMask for BNB and then transfer it to CDC just to buy more Lunic to send. Oh, I gotta go back to send to Terra Station, I guess you were trying to say. I'm way behind. Well, I understand that was the whole process that you have to go by. I'm way behind on the messages. How much did it take for Luna to reach $100 previously? Not too much, actually. You know, it caught fire quite a bit, but the problem is that they started in a better spot, right? Because obviously with USTC at $1, you're starting at a lower point, and that's something that I think they want to do now is find a way to not only um, not only support the position of USTC, I think they want to build it up. So starting by bringing the supply of USTC down instead of to that 10 billion mark. Right now, you're decreasing that supply of USTC down to 1 billion, and then get Lunic down to an even lower spot to where you can set them up at the bottom level and then support it on the way up to where you are minting coins and you are getting it to a stable point where it's above a billion. So if you get USTC below a billion coins, and then you see Lunic that's below a billion as well, see that at like maybe 300 million or 100 million, then you can establish this thing back to where it was supposed to be. Not only at, the dollar value. Obviously, we're looking at dollar values to where we want to see Terra Luna Classic at $100 or $120 or whatever. You just need this at a certain level, maybe $40, right? $40 or $20 or $40 would be perfect, because then you see this at a level of $1 with only a billion coins. You can pay back that debt that you do owe of a billion tokens or a billion coins there. Re-establish or re-enable the algorithm between the two. And then if you do need to support it even more, you can mint more coins on either side in order to get it back to where it needs to get to. So if you need to mint coins on Luna Classic all the way up to a billion, you can, and then have some sort of support behind it or some sort of security that can burn off those tokens. It would be amazing. So there's a lot of different scenarios that you can put in place. Either way, I think the algorithm has to be re-enabled, security has to be in place, and you also have to have UST repegged, obviously. So those three things need to happen. But how that happens, there's so many different ways, where you can, and all of those ways include Terra Luna Classic burning that supply. Now, USTC does not have to burn the supply, right? You can see that 10 billion paid back somehow, some way, but there's a scenario to where you can burn it down. You can burn it to 5 billion or 1 billion. There's just so many different scenarios, so many different variables that can take place, but hopefully it all leads to the same goal, which gets us to, a dollar, gets us to $5, gets us to 20 or $30. And that's really, from where I'm gathering, that's really where the end goal is. So we'll see. We will see. Matt, did you buy Cardano? How many? So yes, I did buy Cardano. I think I only bought a small amount because I only had a small amount at that point because I sort of went all in on let me see. I got to bring up Coinbase. Let me go over here. I only had a small amount of money on Coinbase because I ended up putting money into Terra Luna Classic. But I did buy some Cardano at about 40, was it 44 cents? I think it was. So I think Polygon is like one of my next buys. Yeah, I have to log back in. I don't even know my password. How am I supposed to figure this out? I don't know. That's not it. That's not it. Well, hopefully this is it. I hate the things that ask you to change your password so many times. There we go. Now I need the Authenticator app really quick. My stomach is growling. Yeah, trust the device. I trust it. I've been on this computer for how many years now? All right, let's see. Let me bring it over here. I did buy it, I believe, in Coinbase. My balance is down, but I didn't buy much. I think it might have been like $200 worth. I did want to buy more though. Um, let's see. Cardano, I have about $100 worth. Why do I have $100 worth? I thought it was $200. So I must have made like a quick move into it because I only have $100 worth. I should definitely buy more. It's probably going to come in the days to come. You can see 160 days of typical hold time. That's huge. 160 days of typical hold time is big. Um, Again, I only hold 225 ADA, and I think I need to hold more. Um, I think I definitely need to hold more, but I don't know when I'm going to make the purchase. I think right now the price 43 cents is definitely a really low price compared to where we see it for the last year. The last year you're looking at a $3 price point. All history, you're obviously seeing a high of that $3 price point. It only hit it once, but I do see this getting back up there and holding at some of those levels. We understand that the crypto market just came back heavy for this time period. But I expect so much more out of Cardano. I really do. Um, and I did end up buying it. Yes, I just haven't bought a crazy amount. I feel like there's definitely a 4x return in something like this. So we will see. You'll see me continue to buy more. Would love to hold. I don't know. Probably a smooth like 1,000 would be okay. I'm not looking for this to be like my largest position or anything like that, but Cardano is definitely a play. All right, so we have 594 people here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. What are we talking about? We're talking about a lot of stuff. Just let them try and get Lunic and UST back. Yeah, and once they get that back, I think it'll be in a good situation. Cardano will drop some more in the next month. So this is the thing. As you see everything else, that has potential to continue to drop. So let's look at the comparison. This is why I talked about this and actually had it on my Patreon as a play, and still have it on my Patreon as a play. But if you scroll down here and you look at something like Ethereum, right? If we look at that in the last year, we're gonna see the low price around $896 versus the high price, obviously, of $5,000. It is closer to the low price, but if you look at it very, very closely, you're seeing a difference. It's not actually at the lowest price. You have so much room to actually fall. Same thing with Bitcoin. Same thing with BNB. Same thing with XRP. Same thing with everything else there. But if you look at Cardano, you go into their position and you basically look at the last year, the lowest price that we've seen is 40 cents. We're currently at 43 cents. 43 cents is very close to that 40 cents mark. Is it going to drop lower than that? I mean, it could, but it's very close to the low point and it's not falling that high of a percent compared to other positions. That's why it makes me think that we are closer to the low than where we are with Ethereum, right? I think Ethereum is not close to that low. I think Bitcoin is not close to that low. However, Cardano is close to the lowest point that it has been, unless we see some form of dilution that comes in with the 25% that's left. So it's interesting to me. I like to look at different pieces here, but this is definitely something that gets pointed out, or I point out a lot. The stock market is so bad right now. I wouldn't put any money in anything, even gold. It's going down and kind of strange. Yeah, I was looking at the stock market this morning and I was like, what is going on? I have about $2,000 to spend, and I was thinking about putting it into something like Roblox, or I wasn't sure if I should put it in Disney or Amazon or Tesla. I was looking at something like that, but I obviously haven't made a move yet. I'm going to wait till the market opens and then we'll see. Did you buy more algo? Yeah, I have Algorand. I have about, I can't remember how much I have. But I am gaining, APY from Algorand. I just gotta find where it is, somewhere here. Yeah, $271. I bought $300 worth. It has come back down since I bought into it. It's at 29 cents. So right now would be a pretty good price to buy into Algorand as well, gaining 5.75% APY. I currently hold, I believe, 1,000, 949 Algorand. That's how much I hold, and it has 91 typical days of hold time. So, yeah. Let's go back to assets. Bro, ETFs are on sale right now. Already bought in this morning. That's not a bad idea, actually. Because I was thinking, I was like, I want something that's like slow and consistent gains on my short term account instead of the like long term, or sorry, the quick swing trades that haven't been quick because markets have been insanely down for the last year plus. But these are the times where you buy into these things, you buy into these individual plays or ETFs or whatever, and you see so much of a return from here, right? As someone just said it. Look, George said, "Be greedy when others are fearful." Now is the time to dollar cost average. Exactly, it's exactly my thoughts in the last couple of seconds. So we're on the same page here, George. We're on the same page. Um, the inflation rate of Cardano is 2 to 3%, and there is no vesting or unlock for any team. So we'll keep diluting in the inflation rate. So overall, that may be accurate, but also seeing a 5% APY. If you're looking at a rate of 2%, you're gaining something on top of that, as long as you do hold on to it. It's another 2% over or 3% over what you're looking at for overall inflation. But I understand where you're coming from. Totally understand. If it does dilute, it's not going to dilute by a hell of a lot because there's only 25% left. And when you see the lowest point that you see there, the dilution really doesn't factor into like whether it's going to drop 10 cents. It factors into whether it's going to drop another penny, right? So 40 cents to 39 cents is not really a difference. But I understand where you're coming from. Tell us about AVAX FUD. I'm not going to answer that because you're spamming things. So I'm just going to put you in timeout. Um, um, there's a spammer in the house. Yeah, there's always one person. Always one. Did you hear about Terra Rebels got hacked? I can't remember whose channel I saw it on. It was probably DJ Trev's. I did hear that it got hacked. I didn't look into it. I don't know what the extent is, like what they're gonna do, if we're gonna see it like come back, or they're gonna create a brand new Discord group or whatever. But that sucks. That really does. I haven't taken a time to look into it. Let's see. Terra Rebels. So I don't know. It seems like he got a history of some messages, but why? Um, just trying to see if there's anything here. I mean, you got some history. I mean, I guess the only thing you have is history. Oh, so just from history from yesterday? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's going on and any type of announcement that they end up making. Bone? What about Bone? In your opinion, how long do you think until Lunatis will get to an all-time high? Um, I think it depends on what moves they're gonna make. Because right now they're on two exchanges. That's good. And when we see a crypto bull market, I think they will run as well. Um, we just have to see them continue to innovate, continue to add to the overall ecosystem, help the overall ecosystem, because that's what the coin is all about. Finding ways to help. And if it's burning, that's great. If they're burning, 1 billion and, the burn tax is burning, uh, 30 billion a day, then obviously it's going to be something where we look at the burn tax as a bigger mover. But if they're gaining rewards in Lunic from Lunatis, I think we will see more and more people that decide to move into there because it's getting you to the ultimate goal, which is, maybe holding 100 million Lunic or getting 1 million Lunic from Lunatis and now being able to sell that for $1 million, right? That's really the end goal, is to get to that level. So when do I think they'll hit all-time highs? I think you'll see them hit all-time highs, whether the all-time highs will be at a penny or the all-time highs will be at 22.00022. I don't know yet, because right now I think it's at what, point zero? Where is it at? Let's go back to here. I think it's 4 zeros, right? Yeah, 0.00007. It was at a point where it was 0.00022 or 21. I think the high point in the last year was around 21 or 22, close to it. And I think we'll see that all-time high. That's not really a crazy price point. That's a $21 million market cap. I expect it to at least hit a $100 million market cap at some point. That would be really good. Everything's a gamble out here. It is, 100%. Good morning, Matt. Hedge fund guy here. Would you ever consider running a crypto department? You are very knowledgeable. Probably not. I feel like it's interesting to me, right? I would love to do something like that. It's just I feel like it would be time consuming. And right now, I think what I have going for me is probably the best case scenario, to where I can take Harper and put her on the bus. I can obviously pick her up from the bus. I can do everything I want with the kids. I can volunteer for schoolwork. I can go or for school stuff, and I can do whatever I need to do by maybe like pre-recording my videos, or doing a shorter stream or something like that, versus working for somebody, for a hedge fund or for some sort of firm, or for even any business here. That's why I quit my 9 to 5. One was because of lack of appreciation, and two was because of lack of time. I felt like I was working 10 to 11 hours, and it was just something where for the last 2 months, that's what I was working. I tried to only work 8 hours a day, but I was working a pretty decent amount the last 2 months that I was working there, and I couldn't deal with it. I really couldn't. I wonder how they're doing. I should probably reach out to someone there and see how they're doing. But yeah, I would consider it, but I think this is the best situation that I could possibly ask for. And it's all because of you guys that I can actually ask for this situation and do what I am doing. What is Lunic's next step, and how far until the burn is finally implemented? So it should be implemented by mid-September. I believe they've done the update, but they're not going to do establish the burn earlier than what it's supposed to be. But you do have some exchanges that are already burning, right? You have things like Coinin, I believe, that's burning. If you go to Lunic Penguins, I believe you have MEXC that's burning to some extent. Binance already like updated or upgraded, and I think they're still in the. I don't know if their deposits are still like stopped. Deposits and withdrawals are like stalled. I'm not sure if that's still a thing. Wait, what am I looking for? I'm looking for top burners. We have top holders and top burners. I do want to see that. But yeah, you still have Coinin that's doing burns sending from the 1.2% burn. I don't know if you could see that right above my head. Coinin sending the 1.2% burn tax to the burn address, and they sent 174,000. We're not seeing a crazy amount of volume through Coinin, but The crazy thing is you do see the volume that's going through there. So that's what we can expect from multiple sources. So whenever that does get implemented, probably mid-September, or at least everybody by the end of September, then you'll start to see massive burns happening, as long as we're seeing volume. Did you see something about a proposal to do away with the burn tax? I didn't see anything there. Let's see if we can go into governance and see if there's something. Yeah, there's nothing here. Huh. Let me go back here. Let me go back to. Do you think Shib could make a comeback? I don't hold any, but I'm curious to know. So yeah, I think Shib can make a comeback. The issue is how far can it run? Because we're not seeing anything, um, help out the overall potential, right? We understand the potential and what the highest market cap could get to. We've seen a high market cap, I think, of like 40 or 50 billion. Um, and I really don't expect anything higher than that unless we see massive use cases for Shiba Inu. It was said that more use cases would be created for this position, and we've seen none, right? There's not a single use case that's out there for this position that was created by this ecosystem dev team, right? So that's where it ends up getting very difficult. Is they're pushing all of these goals, to us when it's not reality. They're lying to our face. September 12th is a projected date. Yeah, but I expect all exchanges to really probably maybe take their time with doing this. You'll probably see a couple, maybe some big ones right from the beginning, like Binance, obviously, start that. But, everything else that they are trading on, because you have other volume. If you go through the different volume for Terra Luna Classic, you're going to see that Binance is, $64.5 million here, a 30% of the overall position. Then 26% comes from BitThumb. So I don't know what their process is right there, because that's 26 or 27%. Then you're going to need to see more and more that jump into it. So if we go by percentage of volume, we're going to see, Binance, KuCoin, Gate.io, BitThumb, just all these different positions that you want to make sure have the burn tax implemented on it. Like you look at MEXC, that's 1% of the overall supply at 2.2 million. So you want to see more and more. Crypto.com, you're seeing about $1 million in it, which I expected to see more with Crypto.com. I don't know why we don't see that much. L Bank is, 430. So again, you need to see the big players make that move before you can see any type of massive change. Deposits and withdrawals are now available on Binance. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I don't think anything will happen on September 12th. You don't think anything will happen? Because right now, like I said, I think they're upgrading and they're taking their time, and I think September 12th is definitely going to be a big date. I don't know if we will see crazy movement or anything, but SHIB is doing what it was supposed to do, which was make money for the devs. That's the way that it seems, yeah. But the problem is that they lied to our faces. We understand that they didn't care about burns too much. Like there's some people that don't care about burns and there's people that do care about burns. But to lie to our faces and say that you're going to create use cases or big use cases for Shiba Inu and then use Shiba Inu as the mascot for whatever business you want to run, we should have seen all of these red flags from the beginning. Now, I hope that they have something, in store for this, because I feel like if they wanted to gain money out of it, they could have done it in a better way. They think that burning the supply will take away from them having all of these businesses out there. If they burned Shiba Inu throughout this last year or 2 years, right? If they found a way to burn Shiba Inu, which they could find a way, if they implemented some coin, right, that came from the system themselves and, can be trustworthy, right? Can be very we can trust in it, and every person, every investor can trust in it, not just the people that are leading it. Then we can see a lot burn, right? Because there have been burn coins that have been created, but none of them have been supported by the Shiba dev team. So they got kicked down the road or down the hill, um, and it was not a good situation for any of them. But they all tried and they burned billions of coins, which is great. But the problem is that you could have burned so much more. And that's if the dev team would have just supported one or created one themselves. But they haven't done that. So it's kind of mind-boggling to me that they're not taking this approach. They think that burning off the supply would get investors to where they want to be faster, so then everything that they want to build in the future will not be there. All of the money grabs that they want to create will not be there. And that's not the case. It will still be there because it's going to take a while to burn off the overall supply once these things are implemented. But they don't understand that. They're just thinking we need this to be around as long as possible while we create what we have and while we gain millions of dollars, whether it's by the metaverse, whether it's by Shiboshis or any other NFTs they have, or business partnerships where they have John Richmond. They're like, oh, you can create NFTs with Shiba Inu. You can create clothing with Shiba Inu now because we allow it. You don't control Shiba Inu. You don't control an image, but the only thing you control is the masses of the community and bringing the community together to say, hey, this is the new announcement that we have. Well, that announcement was, for lack of a better term, shit. Those announcements, everything that you had was not good. You're using SHIB as the mascot in order to push all of your products, which is understandable in a business setting, but this is an investment that we are all behind, and we believed in what you were doing, and now I'm not so sure that everybody believes in what they're doing. SHIB is yeah. Let's see. Richard's on the beach somewhere, sipping those drinks with little umbrellas. Probably. What is the benefit of staking tokens with Lunic supply? So overall with the supply, it's going to decrease the amount that you have in here. So the overall circulating supply and total supply, it's going to decrease the circulating supply and bring it to whatever the total supply is. But you're going to see a difference in whatever this is compared to this. Not on CoinMarketCap because they barely update anything. So you won't see a difference there. But overall, you'll see billions, like 300 billion right now, I think it is, will come out of the circulating supply and go into total supply. So if it's out of circulation, the market cap and the price can go a lot higher. So yeah. Um, don't stress it. SHIB can get to $1 when USD is at 99 cents. 99.9 cents. It seems many development teams do not believe in burning. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't really been proven to work, right? Because if you look at other scenarios, all of the burn methods that we've seen had no volume, right? We see Richard. Richard, come on. Good morning, Matt. Everyone is asking when the burn for Lunic will start. Can you help us out with this? So yeah, the burn for Lunic, right? It's gonna vary for different exchanges. So just like Coinin has already done that, you're gonna see other exchanges jump on and try and do that as well. They've already upgraded things, but then the burn probably won't take effect in everything until mid-September, September 12th, or end of September for every exchange. But when it comes to the on-chain change, it should be, we should see that mid-September. We should see that on the date when it's supposed to start. But then when it comes to everything that's, let's say within some of these other platforms, MEXC is already doing something, but it's not the official 1.2% burn from what I'm understanding. They were just doing burning off their fees. So you're going to see this happen within the next month. And I'm pushing for everything to be fully implemented by the end of September. And to see the max amount to what we can burn over all platforms. Now, volume will dictate how much we can burn, but that's what my expectation is. Thank you for that $100 super chat. look, you don't have to send super chats every time. I appreciate you sending super chats every day that we are streaming. But we don't have to see super chats. I greatly appreciate it though. I really do. It means a lot. But yeah, that's my expectation on there. I was just about to say I need to get Harper on the bus. So I don't know what I should do. Should I leave this live? Should I put up I could put up the chart because it's probably going to be a few minutes, like 10 or 15 minutes. Um, yeah, it's probably going to be that. I don't have like a be right back thing. Maybe I should just create one. Um, let's see. Let me just create something because I think she's getting her ready. Since Erica is getting her ready, I can stay down here a little bit longer because her bus isn't till um 8:20. Oops. I'm gonna make sure I have this there. Be right back. So when I make sure you tell everybody that I'll most likely be back around 8:40. I'm still gonna be live. Um, Let me take this and let me go to this. Yeah, I'm still gonna be live, but I'm gonna need to take a little bit of a break um, to help get her on the bus. But let me just make sure I have the right thing here whenever I decide to put this up. I just don't have a be right back screen. I may end up creating that though. Where is GIMP? Where is it? I just created it. Where's it at? There it is. Boom. So now I'll just do that. I'll be right back. But not right now. Let's wait until later. So, yeah, I'll stay on here for a couple more minutes. We're gonna keep the live stream going though, so it's not gonna end. We're gonna keep it going. Thank you again. Thank you for the $100 super chat, Richard. I really appreciate it. Hey, Matthew, I use your sheet to think of my plan for Lunic. I stake most of my tokens. 5 million left um, on a centralized exchange to implement my plan. Up to $1 within these coins. Thanks for everything. No problem. No problem. That's what those sheets are for. Those things help out so much. When I look at these spreadsheets, they really do help out. That's why I create them. You have a certain plan, especially with something that has, thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars that are there of potential. You want to be able to take profit and have certain scenarios to where you are taking that profit. I've learned my lesson plenty of times. Even most recently, with like AMC and everything. AMC is, back down to a lower point. If I would have taken a ton of profit at the top, like I should have, that would have been fantastic. I should have taken profit to reinvest it at the bottom because they are going to collapse it. Even if you do see manipulation and you understand that things may pull back, you want to try and invest at the lowest point possible. You want to try and protect your investment, maybe buy the same amount that you had in shares, but pocketing some of those dollars. And I feel like it's messed up in what I did. So even though I still profited in the end or took my initial investment, I feel as though I missed out on a lot of opportunity there because I was diamond handing it, which I do believe that you should hold on to the position. It's always great to see the growth, but you also want to play play their game a little bit and create some profit. If you create profit, you can buy more, which essentially puts more pressure on them. If you don't create profit, you can't buy more. Richard is the Fed money printer. Also, Bitcoin is collapsing and Lunic is staying strong. If Bitcoin collapses to 10K, will Lunic be hit hard or stay the same price? I think it'll probably be hit hard, just like everything else in the market. Um, so I don't think Luna or Bitcoin will go to 10K. If it does, that creates a huge buying opportunity. But I really don't think it will go to 10K. I don't think it will fall past that 17.7 mark. But a lot of other people believe that it still will fall. Some people kind of got on the same level that I was at, where you see this consolidation. But it surpassed consolidation when it comes to the upside, but the downside, it hasn't really passed that level. So we will see. We will see. Guys, I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a break here. So I'm gonna put the Be Right Back screen up. If anybody asks like where is he or what's going on, feel free to let everybody know that maybe I'll just put a pinned comment. Um, there you go. So I will put up a comment there. Um, there we go. I'm gonna play an ad a little bit, and then what I will do is there you go. Be right back. I will put this up on the screen. Um, Boom, and turn the mic off. I'll see you in a little bit, guys. Hey, what's up, you guys? I don't know how many people are here. So we have 360 people that are here. There's so many comments that are coming through right now. Let me let this update. I appreciate you guys waiting. There was an issue with Harper's bus on the first day. So it was definitely a problem. So I don't know. Let me remove this pinned message. And welcome back. So yeah, there was an issue with Harper's bus right now, and Erica had to take her because for some reason I don't know if they even know what's going on. Um, 9 subs away from 1K. Let's go. For who? For you or for DJ? But anyways, I don't know. I might have to end this stream in a couple of minutes, and it seems like a lot of people waited, and I apologize for that. I'm gonna have to get Hayden up because Harper now has to be driven to school, which means that I need to get Hayden up instead of Erica getting Hayden up. So it's such a problem. He bailed on us, but it's like any other coin when it's falling. They blame the guy behind it. You guys are killing it. I really want to interview Matthew Perry for my 1,000 subscriber celebration video. Everybody ask him to do it when he gets back. I'm here. If you don't know, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Yeah, I think my audio's on. Who owns the brand of Shiba Inu? Isn't it the community owned? Yes. Does that mean that if I start a company called Shiba Vodka, will I get sued? No, you won't get sued. The problem is that they won't support it. You can definitely do something. That's great to start a brand Shiba Vodka. That sounds amazing, first of all, and I would be the first person to purchase it. Because I'm not a huge vodka drinker, but it's definitely something that seems like it would, you know, hold its weight, I guess. Um, so yeah, that would be great. I put your playlist on the background for extra views, TJ Trev. Um, yeah, Trev, are you almost at 1,000 subscribers? 6 subs. We're so close. Let the celebration begin. Give me 4,000 APY. Does anybody see me? I feel like I'm loud and clear because I feel like I haven't actually gotten like a question or like something pushed towards me anyway. Treat token worth the to pre-sale and then scoop off the initial pump. Yeah, I mean that's all it's really worth. All of these plays are really worth is just taking the initial pump and gathering something off of it. Right? That's really it. I mean, you can gain something else, but uh, if I get rich from Lunic, I will have to thank Matthew Perry for giving me belief in crypto. I mean, all I need is words. All I need is that appreciation by just saying, hey, I appreciate what you're doing, and it goes a long way. Trust me. No one has to like send me anything or anything like that. That's not really how this works. Um, you know, hold on to your money, put it and invest it into the next play because there's always the next play. It's just like if you are truly invested in something, it's always like, what's next? Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to do better. You know, you hit 1K subs. He's at 1,000. Matt feeling ignored. All right, so at least somebody sees me. That's what I wanted to see because it feels like some people just didn't know that I was here. Glad you're back, Matt. Yeah, I'm glad I am too. I might have to actually leave after being here for so long or being gone for so long. I might actually have to leave. When will Shibarium get released? Is there a date yet? There's no date right now. or is there some kind of indicator? They said the end of Q3, and the end of Q3 is September, I believe. Yes. I think that's what it is. October, November, December. Yeah, so it's September. The end of September would be Q3. So if it doesn't happen by the end of next month, then they lied to us again. All I know is someone tried to screw Luna holders, and now we are on the rise back to the top. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate, even we not millionaires, thank you for your efforts and clarity. Yeah, I mean, I try to be as transparent as possible. You never know what could happen, but I try to be as transparent as possible. Totally support, and I tell Minor Fam to watch you. Yeah, bro, you're loud and clear. I see you. Okay, thank you. A guilty conscience, Matt? No. Well, I mean, technically, I guess yes, because I'm feeling like I'm gonna have to leave. When we just waited like 30 minutes for me to get back, and the bus just didn't come, so we have to get an update on where that bus is coming. It's just ridiculous. Thank you for that $10 super chat, Frank. I greatly appreciate that. If I have to make you guys wait again, I mean, I can stay live until about 10, but I'm going to have to get Hayden up and wait for Erica to get back. Because Hayden's awake right now. So I would have to get her up and get her dressed, and then Erica can take her to daycare. Why'd you change your mind about staking? Why did I change my mind about staking? I didn't. I said I was going to stake, and I have staked. I staked a little bit more than what I thought I was going to stake. I was going to stake 5 million, but I staked 8. Everything that I bought in crypto.com, I ended up staking that. So as you can see here over in Terra Station, I staked 8 million coins. I didn't change my mind. I knew that I was going to stake. And I'm glad, that I did. I just want to be a part of it, and also gain whatever rewards I can gain, because this 4,700 could be $4,700. If Shibarium is not released, will it cause a crash in Shiba, or will Shibarium not burning any supply cause a crash? Probably the latter, because if Shibarium's not released, then oh well, it's just something else that was delayed, and then eventually it does get released, and if it does not have burning involved in it, that will be a major issue. I think you will see Shiba Inu fall pretty hard if there's no burning mechanism within Shibarium. That's my opinion. Thanks for reading my comment, brother Matthew, and keep up the good work. Well, thank you for being here, and I try to read as many comments as I can. DJ Trev celebration live stream featuring Matt. DJ Trev, congratulations if you did hit 1,000 subscribers. I didn't check, but let's go ahead and quickly just check. Let's see, let's go to, you know what? Let's just find, I thought you would be, maybe I should put you in associated channels. I know we have you on the community tab, right? Here's one of your videos. Yeah, you just hit 1K subscribers. Congratulations on hitting that level. That's truly an accomplishment. It seriously is. And then growing from 1,000 to 2,000 is surprisingly easier than you think, as long as you continue to make content. So if you guys want to go and subscribe to him, go and watch some of his content, because he does talk about, Shiba Inu, Lunic, talking about Luffy, talking about a lot of different things. So definitely go ahead and check his channel out if you guys want to there. But yeah, let me go back here. How do I stake my Wormhole Lunic that I received as rewards for Lunatic's token? So you have to convert it to BNB. So basically take the amount that you got. So say if you go over here, the only way that you can do it is if you take, let's say you gain 400,000. You would take the 400,000, you would convert it to BNB. You would send that BNB to either Binance or crypto.com, and then you would send the Luna that you get from crypto.com, or sorry, you would send the BNB over to crypto.com, buy Luna, or swap the BNB for Luna, and then you can, or Terra Luna Classic, and then you can send that directly to Terra Station where you stake it. You can't stake it in MetaMask, but you can stake it somewhere else. Um, I think SHIB as of now is being held only by whales. If Shibarium doesn't burn the supply, I think only the small investors will pull out instead. I can't say that that's true. Um, I think there's a lot of small investors. I don't think it's primarily held by whales. I think it's controlled by whales. But I think you will start to see a massive pullback if Shibarium does not burn. I think Shibarium will create an increase because people, anytime they see hype or news, they continue to invest in positions, right? You're going to see people that buy into it. But eventually, once you see that, um, you know, kind of, I don't know, honeymoon phase fall off. So after the implementation of Shibarium, you're going to see a week pass by, maybe 2 weeks, to where it's not really doing anything for anybody. And then people are going to be like, well, why am I invested in this? And then you're going to start to see that fall down, even in like a bull market, to tell you the truth. Um, so it's tough to say. It's tough to say how people will react. This is just my opinion, and everybody can have their own opinion. Opinions are what obviously drives this thing forward, because if you have an opinion and people resonate with that opinion, they can do the same thing you want to do. So yeah, do you think the 1.2% burn tax will happen? Not much solid news about it. Where did September 12th come from? I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but I know it is something that is um, it's a valid source. I just don't know where it is. Not off the top of my head. But it is going to happen, right? We know that it's within the upgrade. We know that it's within the coding, and we see it in different exchanges that are already implementing it. It's just when it will get implemented and when exchanges will decide to do that. So yes, I think it will get implemented there. I believe uh, the plus 20 coins is UST and other variations of UST. Uh, you're also earning. Um, I went short on Luna. By the way, almost gained 200 subs. That's fantastic. If you made a move in the opposite direction, that's okay. However you're making money, you're making money. Just don't get stuck in it. If you are, shorting Luna as it does run, just don't get stuck in it. I don't want to see anybody lose their money, no matter which side you're on. Um, unless you're a hedge fund or something. I'm sorry, not like smaller hedge funds, but like any of the ones that really control the world. Um, don't you ever leave us, man. We all get rich off Lunic. We will talk about our next million tokens. Thanks for being here for us, bro. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I love being here. I will continue to be here no matter how many millions of dollars I make, because we're always looking for that next play. It's never to where it's going to be like, oh, I made $20 million. Let me drop off the face of the earth. No, I'm still going to be posting. I'm still going to be doing as much as I can in order to help out the situation. Even when I sell all of my Lunic, which I don't think I will ever sell all of it, but I will sell majority of it, and probably all the way in the end have somewhere around, somewhere maybe north of a million. Uh, when it hits $100. Is there a confirmation on burning getting implemented on Lunic block? September 12th. I think Erica's back. Is she back already? Or is that the dog that jumped off the couch? I think she's back already. Let me see how the drop off went, because I need to make sure that everything's okay, because I wanted to understand what was going on with the bus and everything. Um, let me quickly go check with her, and yeah, see what's going on. She's not here yet. I thought she was, because Emmy was doing her little squealy thing, but she's not here yet. And now I'm tired from running up and down the steps. If Lunic goes to $1, I'm finally buying that surfboard. I always want it. Also, Matt, can you answer my previous question? Thanks. What is your previous question? Who are the SHIB developers? Um, the coin is community owned. Is the project open sourced? And can we implement a burn tax for each transaction ourselves? No, we cannot. So we don't know who well, I mean, it's Ryoshi. We don't know who the actual lead developer or the creator is by like face or actual name. But there are SHIB developers, and I believe a lead developer is Satoshi, from what we understand. When it comes to if it's community owned, it's owned by the community because it's completely decentralized. We can't change the coding. We can't change anything within it. The only person that can, no, it's completely renounced. So we don't have to, we can't do anything with that. So when it comes to implementing a burn tax, we can't do that in SHIB at all. We have to create something extra in order to burn SHIB, which would have been great if they would have jumped right from the beginning and said, look, we're creating a token. It's called, Shiba burn or whatever. I don't care what it's called, right? It could be called fire. It doesn't matter. But it burns Shiba Inu, and it was created by that ecosystem that built up 3 million followers. People would have supported it. People would have said, yes, this is what we want. We want to support it. We will buy another token. We will burn off the supply. But since they don't believe in burning, they're not going to do that. Even if they could implement anything that has a burn, it doesn't seem like they want to do that. The only reason they want to do that is because it keeps the community around. So this is why they keep telling us, hey, this will burn, this will burn, this will burn, but nothing ever burns. Nothing ever helps out, Shiba Inu in the end. Nothing is a normal transaction-based burn. This is why they won't support anything that does burn Shiba Inu, whether it's even something like Shiba Burn, I think ShibBurn, or their website or whatever that tracks all of the burns. They don't care about them. They don't care about a credit card. They don't care about Shiba Search. They don't care about the coffee company. They don't care about all of the games. They don't give. I don't want to say that. They don't care about any of it. And the reason why they don't care is because it affects their bottom line. And it shouldn't be to a point to where we think of this as affecting our bottom line because it's a cryptocurrency. It shouldn't be a business, right? Yes, you should have businesses that are associated with it, but this isn't a business by itself, right? Having Shiba Inu isn't a business. It is an investment, right? You are doing something big to create a use case behind the coin or a token, but in reality, you're just using it as a mascot. So I don't think even if they could do something, even if the developers could do something here, they wouldn't, because they don't believe in that. I agree with your title. You were right. Hope you were right about Lunic too. Yeah. And if people don't know what I'm talking about when I say I was right, I said that staking will hover around 5 to 10%, in like total amount that was staked of total supply. A lot of people said, hey, we're going to see 30 or 50%. That's unrealistic. Typically, we see around 5 to 10% of positions of the amount that's burned. I appreciate all the super chats, Dan. It's a great way to get questions answered, I'll tell you that. So a project like Lunatis for Shiba Inu that burns supply and its own will be popular as long as the SHIB devs don't bother with burning. So yes and no. So something like Lunatis for Shiba Inu has been created. Well, not with rewards, because it's difficult to pay rewards when something has, $15 in gas fees or something. So that was the issue that you have. But you've had multiple situations to where burn coins have been created, but they were never supported by the ecosystem devs, right? The devs behind Shiba Inu and how some people classify them. And if they don't support it, they will just tell you, hey, this is automatically a scam without even looking into it, because they don't want you to profit off of what they're doing. They look at this as a business. They look at us as just dollars, right? As just dollar signs. That's all they see. They don't see investors. They don't see people that are, looking to gain value out of this position, right? Shiba Inu holders, they look at us as dollar signs. That's it. And that's why it's so sad to say that, like I sit here and contemplate like whether I should hold on to SHIB or not hold on to SHIB, because do they even care at this point about SHIB? And they control the narrative. They control everything there. And if they're controlling all of that and we're invested in SHIB, they can basically say, you know what, we're not doing anything for this community anymore, and then everything collapses if they said that. They can say in the end and say, we don't care about SHIB, we care about all these other positions, and then SHIB collapses and everything else starts to maybe make their moves, right? People move over to these other projects. Maybe that's what they will do. They'll come out and say, just to let you guys know, we're never going to give a use case to SHIB. We don't care about SHIB. And they just talk about bone, leash, and all this other stuff. That's basically what they're doing without saying the first part. They're just putting all effort into bone, leash, treat, she, all of these other projects that they're creating and businesses that they're partnering with. But then when it comes to the Shiba Inu position, they just don't care. It sucks. Is $240 worth of Lunic enough to get millions? $240 is enough to get millions. Depends on when you sell. I believe that's like 2 million coins or something. 2 million coins is definitely enough to make millions. It just depends on when you make your moves and how far we see this run. So I think that this can get up to $1. That would be obviously like $2 million, but you can see this go further than that. So if I were you, I would accept different gains at certain levels, maybe $10,000 here, $100,000 here, whatever it is, right? You're accepting certain things at certain levels. And I would be happy to let that run. But the problem is that if you're investing $240 and that turns into, let's say it's $240,000, are you going to sell? Most likely, if you're investing a low amount and you see that much, most people are going to sell. Happy Catty Crypto mentioned is one of his videos that the burn address for Shiba Inu is not actually a burn address because there's a chance that the burn coins could be recirculated. Wait, that is true? Wait, if that's true, this is bad. So I haven't seen that. I don't know what he's talking about with that. I haven't seen that. I have heard of burn addresses where they have regular addresses saying that they are burn addresses and don't actually come out of circulating supply at all. I've seen those, but that's not what that looks like. I've seen the burn address and it doesn't look like that at all. But that's just my visual on it. I've seen him break down things, so I would kind of like to get that broken down a little bit more to me to see where he's coming from with that. But I haven't seen that. But if it is true, obviously that's not good at all. Yeah, I would say right now that that's probably not true, but that's just my interpretation of it, just my visual and how I'm looking in my opinion, because everybody can have their own opinion. I don't know what type of like backup information he has from that, but I'm sure he has a lot. So we'll have to have a conversation about what's what, because I don't think that I'm right, and I also don't think that he's right, but I want to break down all information, and then we can finally come to some sort of a conclusion to understand who may be right here, because obviously we want it to burn off. I would love it to burn off, but if it's not actually burning, then that's concerning. I didn't mean to rhyme there. Ethereum merge may let people develop a handle for SHIB that may motivate Shiba devs to burn, since someone may outcompete them on that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they just want to prolong the burns as long as possible so they can gain as much money as they can. So no matter what, if someone does burn, they're not going to get any benefits out of actually burning the position, because they think, well, I think they will get benefits. I think they will. They don't believe that they'll get benefits. Can the eco devs do migration or completely dump SHIB? They can try and force a migration, which people won't be a fan of. But they can't completely dump SHIB because I don't think they own SHIB. I think they own all of their extra coins, but they don't own any of the Shiba Inu. I think there's a couple of growth breeds or different breeds that own Shiba Inu, but yeah, not them. Matt, thank you. I'm going all in on Lunic because of you, meaning my next round of investments, not selling my car or my golf clubs. See, yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. That's what people need to understand the definition of going all in. I'm not saying that you're YOLOing. Like YOLOing is a different story. Um, that's where it's like you're selling your house, you're selling your computer and all my camera equipment for Lunic or something like that. But taking your next round of investments and saying, look, I'm putting everything that I have in Lunic because I believe in this. That's going all in, right? And make sure you guys do as much research as you can. It does look like, we are seeing nothing but positivity, especially from here to just a little bit higher. It could be 10x, it could be 100x, but we're looking for hopefully 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000x, obviously. Shiba Inu devs should rename their project to Squid Inu. uh, I smell a rug pull. Squid Game had a $1 trillion market cap before it collapsed in seconds. True. I saw that and I was like, what in the world happened here? That was one of the highest market caps that you can have. I mean, people were just buying it and they couldn't sell it. That's the problem. And nobody was calling this out because they didn't want to sell it because it kept going up. And anybody that did call it out was like a person that didn't have any weight saying, hey, I can't sell this. Um, but then when it got to a point to where a creator was like, oh, I bought into this and now I can't sell it. I hope Matthew Perry reaches 1 million subscribers. He definitely deserves it. Thank you for saying that. I hope I reach 1 million as well. But sitting at 182, I think right now, 182,000. I'm happy that I'm even here. It's insane to think that, I'm at this level. 182,000 subscribers is a ridiculous amount of subscribers. I mean, you think about that. That's a lot of people. That is, depending on what football stadiums, that could be 3 or 4 football stadiums. I mean, if you're talking about college football stadiums, it might be 2. I don't know why college has more seats than like the NFL, but whatever. Um, is there a plan when we get close to 10 billion coins? Like, what's next? Understand that 10 billion coins is not the cap. That's not the minimum. It's um, it can go for forever. So this can go all the way down to 100 million if they wanted to. So when we get to certain levels, we expect to see certain prices. I'm only selling at certain prices, not certain market caps. Matt is creeping up on 200K subs. I am. It's moving a little bit slow here compared to how it was moving in the beginning of the year and also in the middle of the year. The end of the year is not really moving as much. If you sell your camera equipment, we will all have to come to your house every morning to chat. So, not a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want everybody here to chat with me. I mean, it's fine, but there's a lot of people. 575 people in one house is not really a good thing. I don't have enough room. Where do the staking rewards come from? They can run out of coins to pay stakers. I don't believe so. I'm not sure as to what they invest into in order to get that to a certain level. Not 100% familiar as to the breakdown of that, but I know you get some sort of reward. So um, some of these validators are operating at a loss from what I've seen, um, but I don't think all of them are. They have uh, commissions and fees and all that stuff. What other project deflationary tokens that burn their own supply do you recommend? Do I recommend? I can't say that I'm recommending anybody buy into anything. I talk about what I invest into, right? Um, I have the only ones that I know that burn their own tokens, burn their own supply is going to be Lunic and Lunatis. Any other ones that burn their own supply? I guess you can look at crypto.com as one that burns its own supply as well. You can also look at uh, Shiba Inu that hopefully they will find a way to burn their own supply, but those are the only ones that I'm invested into now, and I would probably stick with those. Any other ones right now don't really have the popularity to keep up with not only the burns but adjusting market caps and all that stuff. So Right now, I would say there's probably none that I would look into. I know what do you think about Baby Doge? That's what you said. I heard Baby Doge does burn their own supply, but um, I'm not the biggest fan of Baby Doge. I mean, they may have runs, but I don't see the craziest amount of popularity within it. Even though it does have some popularity, don't get me wrong. Um, it's just not a position for me. And that doesn't mean that it's not a position for anyone else. Like it's just not a position for me. Um, how does staking rewards compare to Lunatics? I've already got a few million Lunic on Lunatics, so um, the staking rewards are lower. It seems like they're obviously lower than what you have there because um, it depends on the volume with Lunatics um, for staking Lunic and Terra Station, you're not depending on the rewards. It's like consistent. But if you see a lot of volume in Lunatic's token, you can gain a lot of Lunic. So they vary, right? One can be up, one can be down, then the other one can be up, the other one can be down, right? So it just depends on what the volume is for Lunatics. If Lunatic's volume is higher, then you're going to see a lot that you can gain from Lunatic's token. But if um, Terra Station obviously is more consistent in the volume of Lunic, then you could see more staking rewards there. Right now, I have about 4,000 that I gained, 5,000 Lunic that I gained so far, um, and I gained like 400,000 or about 2.4 million in the like 1 month of holding Lunati. If Lunic devs want 10 billion coins, they just hit. All right, I got to go get Hayden up because I thought that Eric would be back right now. So I'll go get Hayden up real quick and then I will be right back. So I'm going to keep this on and just show my screen. But I will get her up and start feeding her breakfast. And then when Erica gets back, I'll be right back down here. So enjoy the silence because I don't have any music that I can play. Maybe I have music. I don't want to play anything because I feel like sometimes that gets demonetized, even though it's my brother's music. Anyways, I will answer questions when I get back. Feel free to enjoy the, the silence that's here and the visual that's on the screen, which is basically nothing here. So I will be right back. I just leave you guys so much. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. The chair will know we break out. Will know we break out. Just pray or something. Is that what somebody said? Whew. Still working my 9 to 5. Well, 7 to 3. Safe chair, safely to the chair. You just I called it in the chat. Told the chat members to subscribe to you, but credit to you and best of luck. Don't sit on a chair. We don't wait. We don't chair if you do. Get off the chair. Why? Hey, don't hurt our chair. He's our Lord and Savior. Whoa. This chair has only been in this house for like 6 months. I'm not getting off the chair. Did you hear that NASA is launching a new rocket to the moon? They're acting like this is all new. We should have been. We should have built a moon base 30 years ago. I'm still waiting. Just more waste of taxpayers' money that won't go anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I have my own theories about the moon and space and all that stuff, but that's just me. It's all in my brain. It's like why haven't we been, back there? Why can't we televise? Why can't we televise it? Well, like I don't understand. The technology is gone. I don't know. There's just a lot of situations and issues, but I appreciate you guys holding on and being here. There's 355 people that were just sitting there and chatting it up. Chair, forgive him. He knows not where he sits. We're going back to the moon. I, I think you're right. When it comes to Terra Luna Classic, we're going back to the moon. We're up 6%, or technically, yeah, about 6%. $153 million worth of volume. I had to help get Hayden up and feed her breakfast and everything. Apparently, the drop off just went horrible, as well as the bus situation. So it's just all great things that are happening right now. Great things. Let's look at the stock market. See how the stock market is rolling. So we got Ape that's down about 8% on the day. It is open and you're seeing it down to $5.85. You see AMC that's down about 2%. It has kind of made a move up to 9.11 and then has dropped down to below that $9 mark, and now we're sitting at about $8.94, 95, 94 cents. So that's what AMC is doing. We can look at BBIG, which is up 6%. That's good to see that that's up a little bit. We scroll down here and look at things like Roblox. Roblox is down, 2%. It's down another dollar. We see the all-time high or 52-week high at $141. That'll be amazing for that to get back to that price. I'm not sure what I should buy into, if I should buy anything right now. I have about $2,000 to spend, and I think I need to buy something. Someone needs to make that Chair Inu token. Not chair advice. Shirts are going to be a hit for profits. Not chair advice. I don't know if it will be. It's too specific. Well, I mean, I guess that's how you sell product, right? Do you think the 1.2% burn is enough? Yeah, I think it's enough. It may not sound like enough, but it definitely is. With how many millions of dollars that go through Terra Luna Classic, I think it's definitely enough. Show the PooCoin 1 minute chart. We are growing right now. For Terra Luna Classic, yeah, I definitely see that we're growing. I'm going to show a chart over here, and you'll see how things are looking, pretty up for, I guess this is day by day. Let's go hour by hour. And you're going to see that things do, I guess, look like they're consolidating hour by hour. Let's go minute by minute. Yeah, we could see a low here, or I guess every 30 minutes. We could see a low here of 0.0000 or 0.000. Wait, where's that price? Seems a little high. Or maybe, no, it's not. 0.00011 to 13. You guys should look into hollow moon theory. The moon has a basic atmosphere and is the only moon in the solar system of its size. It is covered with radioactive material that can only be man-made. Interesting. Terra has read 5 of my comments. Thank you, and well appreciated too, brother. Yeah, no problem. Sometimes people get majority of their comments read, and especially Dan, who's sending all these super chats. I appreciate you sending all the super chats. I guess instead of sending like a big like $50 super chat, it makes sense to get questions answered and just send multiple super chats if you want to. I mean, you don't have to send super chats. I greatly appreciate any super chats that come through. I mean, a lot. I really do. Why don't you simply buy Lunic on Binance instead of using a Binance to buy Lunic elsewhere? Is it trust or fees? Why don't I use Binance to buy Lunic instead of buying Lunic elsewhere? What do you mean? I buy it with crypto.com. The reason why I buy it with crypto.com is because that's where I can easily use it. I can't buy Lunic on Binance because I don't believe it's on Binance.us. It's on Binance, but I'm not sure if it's on Binance.us, and I don't have an account with Binance.us. So I go with any place that I have an account with. I don't want to open a new account. So if I was already in Binance, I probably would have bought with Binance, but I bought with crypto.com because it's easier. Sent it over to Terra Station, staked it over there. But typically, I'm buying it on MetaMask. So I bought my initial Lunic on MetaMask, and now I'm buying I bought the other 8 million over on Terra Station, which I now have gained 5,200. 5,200 Lunic. So that's good. Let me go to stake. All right. Let's see. What happens if you're staking and Lunic runs? What happens if you're staking and Lunic runs? You would have to unstake it. And if you want to sell it, you can sell it. But either way, if you're staking, the price still increases. You still hold a certain amount of Lunic. It's not about the fact that like your price doesn't increase as everything else is increasing. Yours does as well. It's just you're not able to sell it. Now I'm staking 8 million, and I don't plan on selling that 8 million until it's over a $5 mark. So you can see here that this is my plan. This is my full plan. I've broken this down in a previous video to where people say that it's unrealistic to get to some of these numbers, and I totally understand. But I will hold 9 million. After $5, I will only hold the 8 million that I have staked. And that may end up getting me 30 million here, 100 million here, 100 million here, or whatever, right? That would be great. However, I'm more focused on what I can gain within these first selling periods. So all the way up to 10 cents, that's where I will make my first moves. And that's where my reality is. This is where reality probably will be. This is my expectation, here, 14 million versus 1 million. But I'm okay with just getting to 10 cents. I'm also okay with it getting to 5 cents, right? Even if it gets to 1 cent, or 1 cent, I still profit $16,000 off of it. I'll take it. It's not life-changing amounts of money, but it will change scenarios, and you could put that into other investments. But this is what I'm sitting on. I'm not going to move it. If you're looking to buy millions of CRO coins, do you think CRO could collapse? And then you buy. But for it to collapse, it will require a Voyager style event, which at which point, what value does it have? So if I'm trying to get these questions right, you're basically asking, like, if you were trying to buy millions of CRO coins, which millions of CRO coins would be very difficult to get right now because you would be paying, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. So I see a fly around here and it's bothering me. So getting tens of thousands of dollars or paying tens of thousands of dollars to get CRO is sort of high for you to get $1 million. You're basically like gaining 10 times. Like say if you get up to $100,000 worth, you're looking to turn into $1 million or something. That's a 10x return, which you can see in something like CRO. But if you're looking for this if you're thinking that it's going to collapse, I don't think CRO will collapse with a Voyager style event, because I think a lot of people have learned their lesson in where they loan their money out to, especially in something like Luna. Even if I still think they're doing a great job in how much they have in reserves for crypto.com. So I wouldn't say that would happen. Matt, is it possible for the devs to mint more coins in the future? For Lunic, yes. It's possible for the algorithm to be turned back on to where minting will be turned back on as well. And that's why a security needs to be in place so that you can burn off those newly minted coins or stop the amount that you would need to mint. Like say if it gets attacked, a massive attack like it had before, you would take billions of dollars out of this treasury, whatever the treasury is, in order to support USTC so that you don't have to mint so many coins for Terra Luna Classic. So yes, they are going to turn minting back on. That's how the whole algorithm works. By minting more coins over in Luna, you basically provide basically higher liquidity, if you look at it, for USTC. So yes, they could mint more coins for Terra Luna Classic, and they most likely will. It's just, it will be turned back on whenever the algorithm gets, re-enabled. And it would only be re-enabled once you see a way higher price for Terra Luna Classic. By that time, you're going to see a lot of stability, a stabilization in Terra Luna Classic, because people are going to sell at certain points. They'll sell at $1, they'll sell at $2, they'll sell at $10, whatever. Then when it gets to $40, you'll see it a little bit more stable. And I think that's where we'll start to see the algorithm reintroduced, maybe around $20 or $40 between that point. If minting is re-enabled and there's no burn, I'm selling everything before it's too late. Yeah, I mean, minting will not be re-enabled unless we do see the supply burn back down. The supply is way too high to do anything right now. So you would need to see a higher price for minting to be re-enabled. So you probably need to see somewhere around, I would say, at least at the bare minimum, $10. Bare minimum is $10. I want to see a bare minimum of $20 because that's really where you can actually make a difference. So if they decrease the supply all the way down to, let's say, 1 billion or 100 million, and you can find a way to get that price up to $10 or $20, you would still look at a $2 billion market cap at $20. Then you can re-enable the algorithm, reestablish USTC, but the only way you reestablish that is by taking $1 billion and paying off that debt, or having a bunch of people that invested from the bottom that now are seeing this rise to the top, and then you pay off half of that debt, because let's say the price gets up to 50 cents, you're paying off half the debt, which is like $5 billion. So I don't know the process on how they're looking to do that. I've heard that they're looking to decrease the supply of USTC as well. And if they do that, it makes it easier for them to pin USTC back to $1 because you're decreasing that supply. I think the 1.2% should go, once we get to a certain point for Terra Luna Classic, we should see 0.2 of that percent go towards USTC and burning off that supply, as well as burning off the Terra Luna Classic supply. Because if you can burn that supply down to 1 billion, then it would only take $1 billion to pin that to $1. Even though people would make their moves and they would sell all that they want, they can sell everything and they can make all the moves that they want to make. The point is in the end, you have $1 billion to put directly towards USTC getting to the dollar peg. So no matter what they end up doing, you're putting the full value of that coin into that coin. So you're basically adding liquidity, saying this is worth $1, right? So no matter what people do, you're not going to decrease that price lower than $1 if you're investing the same amount of supply at a value of $1, if that makes sense. So that would work. And then you'll see Terra Luna Classic down to a lower price point, or sorry, a higher price point and a lower supply. And we can be able to re-enable everything. But this may take a while to do everything the way that we want to do it. But it could work. It really could work. Good morning, Matt. So Shiba Inu Shibarium doesn't appeal you of what they are implementing. 111 trillion is what Shib Queenie mentioned on Twitter. Can they be lying? So Shib Queenie, I've broken this down like 4 times, right? I put up 3 fingers 4 times, right? And no offense, like I'm not saying that you're not watching this stuff, because I just think that it gets thrown out there so much and people like don't check math. I don't understand how you write articles and don't actually check the math. You're looking at bringing all volume over to Shibarium. You're talking about every single bit. You're looking at exchanges. Exchanges not, why would they even house Shiba Inu anymore? You're looking at exchanges that are now pushing all volume to Shibarium. That's not going to happen. At max, you're going to see 50% of the volume. So that cuts it directly in half. That's also talking about if you're going to see a 1% burn or 2% burn. We don't know what the burn percentage will be, and she doesn't know either. So all of that math is just like flawed. And there are some variables which are understandable. I have variables all the time, but when it comes to just the volume piece, that's speculation. I mean, we're not going to see 100% of the volume shift over to Shibarium. It's guaranteed that we're not going to see that. And I can put my house up as collateral to bet this, that we are not going to see 100% of the volume go over to Shiba Inu or go over to Shibarium. It's probably going to be, like I said, at max 50%. So yes, if it does include a burn, it will burn something, but we don't know what that burn is. We don't know how much volume will flow through there. We don't know as to if people are going to support it as much as they think they're going to support it, because it may look like it's supporting Bone more than supporting Shiba Inu. We don't know, right? So did you show how to get Lunic from CDC to Terra Station earlier in the video? If not, can you please? Yeah, so if you go to CDC, I can't show you on my screen because I have it on my phone. But what you do in order to go from Lunic, from CDC over to Terra Station, is you take the address that you have. So you can have Terra Station on your phone, the wallet on your phone. Make sure you link it on your phone that's on the desktop as well. All you do is you take the address, your Terra Station wallet, and then you paste it in the to section for CDC. So if you go to Lunic on crypto.com, I'm going to go here and just walk you through it verbally since you can't see it. Yeah, give me a second. Let's see. So you go through Lunic on crypto.com, and let me see if I can find it, because I moved all mine, so it's not going to show up in my wallet. So you go to Lunic on crypto.com. It's going to take you to say buy, sell, or transfer. You hit transfer, then you go to withdraw, then you go to external wallet, and it's going to tell you you want to link your wallet. So you got to pick a wallet. If you don't have a wallet, you have to add it, and you want to add your Terra Station wallet. So you take that address, you add the new wallet. It's going to be 24 hours. You're going to have to wait in order to send it. So you have to add that wallet address. Make sure you're adding the correct one, because if you're waiting 24 hours, you don't want to add the wrong one. That would be dumb. So add the right wallet, and then when you go in there and you want to send it, it's telling me insufficient balance. So you want to click on it, and then you can send as much as you want from your actual wallet. It's pretty simple from there. Will UST be repegged immediately? What's the rate of the repeg? And where will the money be repegged come from? Also, instead of Shib vodka, let's make Lunic vodka. A toast to $100 per coin per Lunic. That's not a bad idea. I think you need like a liquor license and all that other type of stuff, but that's I don't know how that goes. I've never dealt with selling alcohol, but it's definitely a great idea. I think Shib vodka has a better ring to it. Um, but Lunic vodka, maybe, maybe Lunic vodka. It would be Luna C. I would go with. So Lunic, not Lunk vodka. Um, but anyways, would it be repegged immediately? Most likely not. I I want to have a conversation with them to see what they're looking to do, but I think the best case scenario, in my opinion, I know there's multiple ways that you can do this, but I think the best case scenario would be to first focus on the 1.2% burning off Terra Luna Classic. As you get down to, maybe 100 billion, right? If you get down to 100 billion coins, that's when you take the 0.2% and you allocate that towards a pool that burns off USTC. Now, as you're going through that process of burning off the rest, the 100 billion there, to get it down even lower, you're looking at that 0.2% in USTC that you can apply to that situation to decrease that overall supply there. You have 10 billion total coins. You can find a way to decrease the supply together. And then you can get that down to 1 billion coins. I think you need to get Terra Luna Classic a little bit lower, somewhere around the 100 million, but get USTC down to 10, get down to 1 billion. Once you get it down to 1 billion, whatever you build up, then you start to build up in the overall amount. So you have to add to the pool. So instead of burning it off now, you're now adding the 1.2% to a pool to repeg USTC, and that's going to build up. So say you go a couple of days where you have, let's say, $100 million worth of volume, and you're taking equals that multiplied by 1.2%. Right, you're getting $1.2 million that you're taking out each day. So this, you would probably end up seeing, you need to see a lot more volume because you're going to need to collect that to get to $1 billion. So you take that and you multiply that by, I don't know what, 365. So it may take a year to like fully repeg that. That's $438 million. Now, if you see more volume, let's say some days you see a level of $1 billion, or you see a level of 300 million, like we've calculated, that would be 1.3 billion. So then in 365 days or a little bit less, you would be able to repeg USTC after all the burns end up happening. So if you end up burning off all of Terra Luna Classic's supply down to 100 billion or whatever, and then burn USTC supply down to 1 billion, then you basically say, I want to pay back that debt of 1 billion. So now you take the 1.2% and you apply that all to USTC or a pool so you can support USTC. So then you do that, get USTC back to $1. Now Terra Luna Classic is back up to, let's say, $10. Now you can support the position and continue to grow both of them together. Even though people are going to sell Terra Luna Classic at certain levels, you'll be able to support both of them together. USTC will hold its value, and Terra Luna Classic will also have its value as well. So I don't know what just happened there, but I think there's definitely something there. We just have to figure out all the logistics to it. If USTC does not go beyond $1, Mark, sounds like a bad investment. As of now, not many people can buy millions of USTC. So where's the return? Well, USTC, the whole point of Terra Luna Classic getting back, I know there's a lot of questions that I'm answering. Dan, thank you for the super chats. I appreciate it. USTC is definitely something that we look at as kind of, I guess I look at the heart and soul of this whole thing, right? So even though we're going to see Lunic that provides the most value and probably provides the most interest because people are investing to look for, crazy returns. USTC is the thing that really kind of holds it all together. Without USTC, the algorithm isn't there. The normal use case isn't there. So you need USTC, and I believe it's going to get to $1. Just depends how long. Now, why is the USTC in my staking rewards is equal to more Lunic than I earned? What does that mean? I believe, don't you get both? Or do you just get one? I'm not sure. I'm not, tell you the truth, I like the rewards, but I'm not really in it for the rewards. I'm in it for the um, percentage of vote. I understand that there's probably a lot more that's in there right now. And, my 8 million is not really going to hold a crazy amount of weight compared to the 300 billion. But yeah, I mean, that's great. I heard I think Happy Caddy Crypto is doing like he's becoming a validator, right? And so is Lunatic's token. Matt, when do you believe Lunic will drop another zero? It won't be long until Lunic drops another zero. I think we'll see that in the next maybe 2 months. Within the next 2 months, I think we'll drop another zero. That's like um, yeah, within the next 3 months, I would say, because that's at 10% of a penny, right? Once it does drop that next zero, because we're at three zeros, if it drops that next zero, we're at a percentage of a penny. So we're at a high percentage, so like 10%, 20%, because at the current levels, um, we could be like 1% of a penny. You know what I mean? Instead of 10%. Did you get an email from Voyager about a claim? No, I don't have. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Talking to Char. Okay. Matt, this is great and all, but is the ecosystem and utility of Lunic still there? I do think it's still there. I think that it's going to be changed a bit for added security, but yes, I think it's still there. Um, we obviously know the community is still here, but the issue is that you got to be able to create that belief, and I think we can create that belief if we have that added level of security. Yes, HCC and Lunati are both doing validators. Got to wait 60 days. Yeah, so we'll. I don't know who I'll stake with. Um, I'm maybe Lunati, but I have to talk to them about their agenda, what they're looking for. Obviously, they want to support Lunic in the best way possible, but I want to make sure that they have an understanding of what they plan to do as the 1.2% gets implemented and as they start to burn off a little bit more. Where is their mindset here? And I think that they're going to find a way to adapt and adopt the change, and continue to support Lunic in every way that they possibly can. So I'm probably 99% certain that that's going to be the case. What's to stop a whale buying all the Lunic coins and dumping it all and causing Lunic to crash? Is there protection from whales? So no, there's not protection from whales. You're going to see whales in everything. It's just whether the whales can control 100% of the supply. I mean, the only whale that we know that can control that much of the supply right now um, is Binance, right? And Binance, from what we understand, that's an exchange wallet, which you see constantly. They just hold a very large amount. Um, but uh, what what's to stop these whales? You're not going to stop it. The only thing that's going to stop it is they're probably going to see it increase a little bit and they're going to sell it. I mean, that's what you're going to get. But what's the good thing about it is if they're making this purchase, let's say $1 million, and then they make another $1 million purchase, that's $2 million in volume that goes through the burn tax. We'll take that any day. You know what I mean? I will take any type of fluctuation as long as we're seeing progress in the burn tax. If they're selling a million, buying a million, selling a million, buying a million, I don't care what the hell they're doing. Um, I I will love that because it's going towards a 1.2% burn. So nothing's really stopping them from doing that. We're going to see it. Um, but to tell you the truth, it's a good thing in my opinion. Right now, they would have to spend. I mean, one whale can come through and say, "Hey, I want to spend $887 million to buy off this entire position." Right? Because it's worth $887 million of a market cap. That's what it currently is. If a multi-billionaire wanted to come out and say, "I want to buy all of Terra Luna Classic or as much as I possibly can right now," they would do they wouldn't be doing themselves a favor, because as soon as they make that purchase, you're going to have a bunch of other smaller whales that sell, decreasing the value of their position. It's not smart for them to do. So that's the only thing that's stopping them. If a whale comes through and says, I want to buy 100% of the position or 70% of the position, and I understand they can't do that because it's owned by a lot of people, you're going to see people sell. As soon as they make that large purchase, you're going to see this rise up probably 1,000%, and you're going to see a lot of people sell the position, because that's a huge hit to whoever bought at that low. A huge hit. Binance is under 40% according to Ed Kim. It's the exchange wallet where everyone's Lunic is held. Yeah, that's what I was thinking from the beginning. Matt, that's what the whales are doing with SHIB. They play with it like a toy. But the thing is if they do it here and they have a burn tax, they're losing out on. I mean, they may be gaining things in the end by investing $1 million, seeing it run, sell $1 million, whatever. But in the end, for me, as I hold on to it, we're looking at 1.2% of that burn off every time they make these moves. They may be gaining something and it's great, but overall, I will gain something in the end because they're increasing the price value or the potential. All right, guys, I have to get out of here. It's 10 o'clock. I know we've been on for 3 hours, but I've been like off for an hour and a half because I was just out of it. You know, I was trying to figure what was going on with Harper and Hayden and Erica taking Harper to kindergarten, even though she was supposed to take the bus, and we still don't know what bus she's supposed to go on. So I have to be there, or Erica has to be there to pick her up, because we don't know if she's going to get on a bus, because the bus she had was technically like made up or something. I don't know. There were other families that were there, and they were confused or just as confused as we were. All right, so guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. This was a good stream. I appreciate all the questions. Dan, thank you for all the super chats. Richard, thank you for all the super chats as well. Other people that send super chats, I greatly appreciate that as well. You guys are amazing. And all the people that just hit the like button. We got 746 likes. If you guys do want to go and follow my golf channel, please do so. Eventually, I'll upload another video, I think today. But again, I'm going to get out of here. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. What do I do for a living? This is what I do. I invest, and I, create content on investments on YouTube. So yeah, that's what I do for a living. All right, guys.